I'm glad people are still talking about this localization problem because it is a problem and it shouldn't be a problem. It'd be really easy to fix. The conversation revolving around this has kind of been quiet until the AI conversation started not that long ago, and localizers got kind of upset. They were mad that nobody appreciates their hard work of changing and ruining Japanese anime, manga, and video games. They're very upset that people don't appreciate their hard work of taking something that is agenda-free and putting Western bullshit in it. Naturally, they're not liked, and people have been really letting them know how happy they are that they will likely be on their way out. But what's really funny are these comments on a Japanese YouTuber's video. Now, a lot of big Japanese VTubers and commentators have been talking about this, and I'm glad. I like that people over in Japan are starting to pick up what's being done to their media over here, and they're not happy about it. So what I would like to see is a lot of this criticism and talk that's revolving around all of this to make it to these Japanese studios that might not have any idea of what's going on. Because at the end of the day, they hold all the cards. And if Crunchyroll or any of these other people get a contact from these studio heads and say, knock it off, we could see some awful people like Jamie Markey, for example, who says if you have a problem with her bullshit localization, that you should just F off because she has a vagina and you're a Yahtzee. That's how she addressed it. Oh, you don't like what I did? You're going to have to deal with it because I have a vagina and I'm a funny woman. Yeah, I don't see a lot of people laughing when you call them Yahtzees because they don't like you putting bullshit words like the patriarchy in your localizations. Let's take a look at it. This all comes from this guy's video. They don't give his name. It just says popular Japanese YouTuber. We can click on it here and see. So this is the channel right here. Whoa. I don't know what any of this means, but it's at 64,000 views. So people are talking about it. But while we can't figure out what they're saying there, at least I can't, we can read some of the reactions to people that have commented on this. So take a listen to this. This issue should be spread throughout Japan as well. This is exceedingly unpleasant. I was wondering if overseas fans saying dubbed versions are no good was simply a matter of their taste in the voice actors acting. I had no idea that the content itself was being altered as they please. If I were the original author and my work was being altered to suit political correctness, I feel like I would want it to be banned from being exported overseas. Localizers who say, like, who cares, it's only one line, show that they have no pride or respect for their work or the audience in the slightest. These are great comments. And, yeah, I do wonder, to that one comment, do the authors and creators of these properties have any idea that this is going on? Because I do wonder how they would feel about it. Like the creator of Dragon's Maid, how would they feel about the bullshit that Jamie Markey put in that dub? How would the creators of these manga that are being altered feel about their work being used for this? I have to imagine that they would not care for this. I can't believe that there are people working in the industry who can easily disgrace the work that others have poured their heart and soul into creating. I thought the translation was the process. I thought that translation was the process of rephrasing Japan's unique expressions in a way that could be understandable to people in that country, but that seems not to be the case. That's true. That's how it should be. Honestly, I think it should be directly translated, and if something is like a pun or something strange that isn't a thing over here, like, it would be nice to maybe get a little box in the corner that explains it, or where you could learn what that is. I personally think part of the fun of reading stuff from Japan or Korea or wherever is to learn a little bit about their culture. And a lot of that gets completely removed by what these people are doing. You get to learn about the Western politics that they like when you're just trying to enjoy some good entertainment. It's bullshit. The respect for the original author is non-existent. It's clear cultural appropriation and evidence of looking down on Asians. They should be denounced as racists who aren't even politically correct. That's a really good point. It is cultural appropriation. They have no problem with it when they're trying to force their shit on other cultures. Isn't that funny? Shows how hypocritical a lot of these woke people are. I think it would be a lawsuit if they messed with American content to this extent without permission and released it as if it were official. I think it's one of the greatest insults to the work and the author when someone else includes something that the author did not intend. I wonder if the original Japanese author is aware of this change, at the very least, the current situation where localizers mistakenly think they have the right to add expressions that are not the original work is terrible. Yeah, like I said, that's a really good question. How many of them know about this? I would be willing to bet some of them have no idea this is being done. And if they have control over their work, I could imagine they're not very happy about it. They wouldn't be very happy about it. I feel like people like that are the true misogynists. Overseas bros, please rest assured, we just didn't know. Japanese otaku are outraged. This change is not allowed. It's great. See, I think that this conversation is starting to move over there. You've got Japanese YouTubers talking about it now, and they're informing people, and in turn, those people inform people, and more people find out about it. Eventually, I want to believe that this will reach the desk of someone at Shueisha or something like that, and they will say, what the hell's going on here? These people are actively ruining our shit. Because it's important that this stuff do good over there. A lot of money comes from the West now, from manga and anime sales. And I would like to think one of the last things that they would want is for these woke a-holes changing their stuff to fit some agenda. I would want to believe that they would not be fans of that and say, hey, maybe you knock this shit off. Knock it the hell off. So, we'll see, but this was a fun read, and I'm glad that this is making the rounds over in Japan. This is a good thing. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. I'd like to hear from you in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.